Hello, everybody. I swear it seems like I'm forgetting to do something. I don't know, maybe not. How is everybody? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, everybody, for your prayers. My mother is out of the hospital and she's doing better. Sylvia, hello. Connie, good day. True helper, working but will be listening in support. I hope you are well and thank you for having us. No, thank you for joining. I love you all so much. I love you so much. Nancy, hello. Randy, hello. Cement. Shall uh-oh. Oh crap, I hit a button. Hold on. Let me see. Shaylama. Shaylama. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Casey, hey baby. Please go sub up to Casey. She has a great channel and she covers kids topics. Same thing we do over here. Very, very, very good channel. Welcome everybody. Cement, you got a new little profile thing. How is everybody? Did everybody have a good new year and, all the things? All the things. I'm just going to steal everybody's sayings. So, I'm just learning about harmony. So we're going to be going through it together. I'm going to be, I literally just started looking at it. April, hey baby. How to take it for new debit card on be next week. I want to remember. Oh no worries, honey. Both your parents went to the hospital and just had a week. Your mom's out. Your dad had spinal surgery. Your mom. Oh wow. Oh my God. Prayers for Randy. We have a prayer thread and a Tracy. I need to freaking check on her now that I'm thinking of it. She was in the hospital last week as well. Brown's Mermaid, hello. Okie dokie. I always want to say dokie, but it doesn't even really say that. How about we just call you 420 Mama? How about that? How is everybody? Happy New Year to you too. God, Randy, we'll have to keep you in our prayers. Absolutely, your family. It's a lot of stuff going on. My kids, okay, not to, my ex, my kid's dad, he had a lot of relationships, a lot of serious relationships. Well, I told y'all that their stepmother died. And now their other woman that he was involved with for a very, very, very long time, she is in the hospital. She is not doing well at all. And I said, well, I mean, this list of exes is getting pretty sad. So, just prayers for everybody. Yeah, I mean it's wild. It's a lot of sickness going around. My kid's grandpa was in the hospital over Christmas with COVID. It's I don't know, man. We got to band together. Good to see these kiddos that don't have much coverage. Yes. Yeah, and we do talk about the kids that do get coverage, like Summer. We talk about her over here. In fact, I can't think of too many streams where we don't at least mention Summer, but it's saturated at this point. What's up, Cree? Hello. It's saturated at this point, and there's not a whole lot that I can add because there's not a whole lot that the police are saying. So it's just probably best I shut up because it seems like when I open my mouth just a little bit, I wind up on, I don't know, a garbage bags channel, but it's okay. It's okay. What's up, BL? What's up? Yeah, but man, it was crazy. Seems like a ton of folks. I know. It does seem like the sickness. I got an email from the kids' school today, and they were talking about guidelines and send me a little link and how they're monitoring it and keep your kids home and all that stuff. So we just got to band together. I don't know if y'all saw my community tab that I most recently shared. Real Chill Graz. He was talking about a subject. It's not for everybody. I'm not sure that we will talk about over here. If I happen to see it's like an uptick with youth or whatever, which I'm sure it is. But it was about blood over intent. It's this crazy ritual. Very heavy shit. Very, very heavy shit. But all of this stuff affects our youth. Everything it's around. It affects our youth, So even though those topics are uncomfortable, I do think if we don't know, we don't know, right? It's like we talk about, hey, this kid is missing. This is what she looks like. This is how tall she is, how old she is, how she went missing, all those things. Those things are very important because if you don't know you're looking at a missing child, how the hell are you going to help, right? Same principle applies. If we don't talk about certain things, how are we going to know, and how are we even going to be equipped to help our kids? So, anyways, and I don't think I mentioned it, and it happened last week, but y'all know we was covering the Astro World, that whole thing, Travis Scott, that the concert from hell is what it seems to absolutely be like. He's got to testify before Congress about this event. So I was happy to hear that. I don't think much will come out of it because I feel like they're all working for the same beast. But, at least, publicly, they're trying to hold somebody accountable. So I think that's good. We got a guilty verdict for Ghislaine Maxwell. And let's look at this because we haven't talked about it much over here. It's definitely one that I have been beyond following behind the scenes. So let's look at this one. I got two up, and then, we will spend most of our time on Harmony. What a crazy story. And I haven't even gotten the full, story with Harmony, but so far it's pretty disgusting and pretty preventable from what it seems. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, and there's also something else happening in connection with Ghislaine, with Prince Andrew. I mean, guys, you can't make this shit up. I'm just so glad that at least optics wise, these people are, trying to be held accountable to some degree, and it's about the victims. Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, let me make sure I'm sharing. Let me make sure. Okay. All right. Ghislaine Maxwell jury breaks silence to the independent. The verdict is for all the victims. Praise God. Look at her trying to be all professional with her little, oh, I'm the grossest person ever. And, her actions are probably way worse than CV, for crying out loud. But I can't stand her. I hate how they, they just, oh, she was a victim of Epstein. But if you just scratch the surface a little bit, she was groomed from her father from a very early age. If I think about that documentary that I watched, I kind of want to say it might have been on Peacock, but it was more about her father. And it's a lot of ick shit going on, man. And yes, maybe from her childhood, but at some point she knew what she was doing was wrong, and we have to be held accountable. Who ain't had a jacked up childhood, for crying out loud? A juror in the Ghislaine Maxwell sex trafficking trial told the Independent that he voted to find Maxwell guilty of a majority of the charges against her because he believed the stories told by the victims and because he believed the pattern of abuse they all described. Scotty David, who wishes to be identified by his first and middle name, told the Independent in his first media interview that he believed all the victims who testified against Ghislaine Maxwell in her sex trafficking trial that took place in Lower Manhattan over the last 4 weeks. He believed them all. All of the accusers corroborated each other, and backed up by other evidence. He said. David said he is proud to be a part of holding Maxwell accountable for her crimes. And I would say that as a juror, I would think that would be a big deal, especially with what happened with Epstein and, the prison incident, which, get the fuck out of here. It is unbelievable because it's not believable. The verdict is for all victims, for those who testified, for those who came forward, and for those who haven't came forward. I'm glad that Maxwell is being held accountable. Praise God. This verdict shows that you can be found guilty no matter your status. That is also very important. He told the Independent he found all of the accusers who testified believable and credible, despite the defiance, many attacks on their credibility, and attempts to poke holes in their memory, which is so crazy. Like, to defend these type of people, I don't think I'd ever be able to do it. I don't care how much money they offered me. You're literally poking holes in the victim's statements. Some of the things were leaked. It's unbelievable. The flight logs. It's just something that you wouldn't even find in a Hollywood script. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's insane. David knows that sometimes he can. Wait a minute. What's that? David knows that sometimes you can misremember small details of traumatic memories without ever doubting the core of the memory. He knows that because of himself, he is a survivor of sexual abuse. Wow. I know what happened when I was sexually abused. I remember the color of the carpet, the walls. Some of it can be replayed like a video, he said, and explained this to the jury. But I can't remember all the details. There are some things that run together. So he knew, let me see. So he knew that if he misremembered details, it doesn't mean the memory itself didn't happen. Let me see. Hopefully, okay, because sometimes it's like, well, for the rest of the story, blah, blah. There's also questions from the jury about why the girls didn't come forward earlier. Yeah, right. We all know that because they were already being cyber stalked, stalked in real life, threatened, everything. Phones tapped, being followed. Ugh. Can you imagine going up against the beast that is like a Prince Andrew or an Epstein or a Maxwell? I mean, this has happened over, years and years and years and years. The juror room went silent when he shared his story. Let's see. David believes he helped the jury understand that it's possible that these women were telling the truth. You might forget some things, he said, but the core of the traumatic memory stays with you. That's the truth. There's also questions about why the girls kept going back to Epstein and Maxwell. We are not here to judge these victims. We are here to judge whether we believe their stories. We are not here to judge the decisions they made or didn't make. Yes, and they were children. A lot of them were kids, okay, or young women. And they targeted a certain type of young girl, young woman. They, on purpose, set outside of high schools, looked at these girls like it's complete, it's elite grooming, for fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? And they wooed them with money. They took these kids that had troubled lives. I mean, we cannot judge what they did or didn't do afterwards. It doesn't change that it happened. Exactly. End result's the same. At the point the accuser testified under the name Carolyn, threw her binder of evidence down beside her because she was so distressed by the questioning she was being subject to. It just made me feel more compassion for her. The jurors said that ultimately the jury found that all victims were credible. The defense team focused strongly on its memory expert, Elizabeth Loftus. Loftus testified about experiments that have been conducted, which researchers had successfully implanted false memories into the mind of research subjects. Okay, and all of them, they all had. Come on now, y'all are reaching. Let's see. Let me get down here. None of this relates to traumatic memory. Let's see. Said herself that she had never conducted a study on whether these tactics would work with memories of sexual abuse. Okay. Let's see. He specifically mentioned Kate, an accuser who testified but was not allowed to be considered for actual charges because she was over the age of consent in the UK when she was abused, and said her testimony powerfully corroborated the other accusers' stories. She was able to show that this is a pattern. We knew we couldn't use our testimony to convict Maxwell, but she showed the pattern of how those girls were groomed. She showed us the pattern of what happened to all of these girls. It was about confusing their boundaries. For Jane, it started with seeing Maxwell topless. For Annie, it started with Maxwell showing her how to give Epstein a foot massage. Man. The pattern is Ghislaine talks to you like she's also a teenager. Then it moves into massage. She tries to make you comfortable to see what they can get away with. What did she, wait a minute, what she did was wrong. Annie Farmer's story was backed up by her teenage diary as well as her high school boyfriend. Yeah, Annie's story is awful. Carolyn's story was backed up by Sean, her ex-boyfriend, who testified he used to drive her to Epstein's Palm Beach mansion. Wow. The accuser's stories were backed up by flight logs. Yes, we know all this stuff. Those girls' names, phone numbers were listed next to the words mom and dad. Professional masseuses do not need their parents with them. Wow. So, yeah, I thought this was interesting. Let me hop back here to y'all. And we await sentencing. Let me see. All right. Did I miss anybody? Let's see. Yeah, imagine defending that trash, going home and looking at your kids like what they did would be okay. I know. I could never do it. I'm telling you right now, I can never do it. What's up, Sea Turtle? Happy New Year to you too as well. Sean, Cray Cray, hello, hello. Shortcake, hello, hello. Oh, yes. If one of my mods could drop Casey's a link, that would be great, baby. Fatia, hello. Okay, let me get this one out of here. That is a bot. Okay, got that one. Wendy V, hello, hello. Let's see. Crease Crazy. I think I got everybody. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. I don't think I got any mods in here. Let me go get it. What's up, Nelly Bug? Yeah, I'll drop it right now. Let me go get it. Y'all just give me a second. Yeah, Casey has good content. I always remember her because she's following the Ryan Larson case so closely. It's very, very sad. We haven't heard anything else. All right, let's see. Let me see here. All right, here. What's up, Jax? All right, here is Casey's link. True Helper. Yes, please, y'all go sub up to her. She is amazing, and she's been such a great supporter over here. Nelly Bug. It's okay. I am always late as well. It's kind of my thing. Okay, so yeah, this whole piece of shit, Ghislaine Maxwell, goodbye, Heffa. Yeah, you had a good run, and now you shall, sit with what you've done. Looking like she's trying to take. What are you writing on your little pad? I'm fucked 100 times. You doing write-offs? I screwed up big time. And she, it's not even that. It's like what she did was bad enough, right? It's what she continued after and all the scrutiny and all the, just the shit. She, like Virginia Giuffre, she just won her over the coals. Like, I mean, it was just awful. I mean, completely awful. Here, let me see something real quick. Y'all don't go anywhere. I'm going to do something really fast. Let me see. All right, let's see. My channel. You're going to hear echo. Hold on. All right, let's see. My channel. You're going to hear echo. Hold on. All right, let's see. My channel. You're going to hear echo. Hold on. All right, there we go. Okay, so BL. See if that worked. BL type something and see if that if it mods you correctly. There you go. Hopefully it worked. I have to go to YouTube and do it. So yeah. Oh, I do have another one in reference to Miss Ghislaine. It's kind of about her, the gross other guy. Oh God, Edward Prince. This Prince, I'm telling you right now. Did y'all remember the interview he did for Crying Out Loud? Where he pronounced to everybody that he does not sweat. So it was impossible. Man, he is so ridiculous. Absolutely so ridiculous. Let me see. Hey, Crystal. For her to have been groomed as a child and then continue this behavior herself, grooming young is sick. You're supposed to learn from your terrible experience. Yeah, absolutely. And like her dad was awful. But she had like all kind of siblings, none of them did this shit. So, I mean, and it was something particular between her and her dad. I personally, looking at the documentary and just everything I know about her dad and his dealings with the media and princes, and it would not surprise me that if he was doing something to Ghislaine, it would not surprise me at all, at all. And it's bad, I mean, it just wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean, she knew it was wrong or she wouldn't have fought so hard, right? So yeah. But let's look at this real quick because Andrew, and welcome to the stream, Crystal. Let's see. Andrew, we got some stuff going on with Mr. No Sweat Andrew over here. Wrong one. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I was looking at this earlier. All right. Let me see. Settlement made public. Oh yeah, they are him and Virginia Giuffre, her and Prince Andrew, their what the hell lawsuit was made public. It was sealed. They unsealed it. The judge overseeing Prince
My
Andrew.
business got robbed.
What's going on? Shut up. The judge overseeing Prince Andrew's bid to dismiss a lawsuit from Virginia Giuffre promised to hand down a ruling very soon after a heated hearing on Tuesday. Let me see. At the heart of the hearing was the confidential settlement Miss Giuffre signed in 2009 with Jeffrey Epstein, whom she accused of sex trafficking her as a teenager and forcing her to have sex with Prince Andrew. The settlement was unsealed Monday, revealing Miss Giuffre was paid in 2009 and agreed to release Epstein and other potential defendants from liability in her claims. During Tuesday's hearing, Prince Andrew's lawyers argued the agreement protects the Duke of York and should be grounds for dismissing her current suit against him. Because, why not? It's not bad enough to be a kid diddler. You just got to dig the knife a little bit deeper. What a whole piece of shit. What a whole piece of non-sweating shit. Judge Lewis Kaplan pushed back hard at that assertion, saying there are multiple possible meanings under the settlement's vague wording. He also appeared to hand Ms. Giuffre's lawyers key argument by noting the settlement bars any other person from using the deal in another case, meaning that Prince Andrew may not be allowed to invoke it in his bid for dismissal. How very cute. At the end of the hearing, Judge Kaplan said he will decide if the case can move forward very soon. Let's see. Okay, and this is from an hour ago. Prince Andrew's attorneys came under withering questioning from Judge Lewis Kaplan, who would now decide whether Virginia Giuffre's sexual abuse lawsuit should be allowed to proceed to trial. Ms. Giuffre's civil lawsuit alleges that she was forced to have sex with Jeffrey Epstein's friends when she was 17 years old, including the Duke of York. And they also have a picture together where he says that probably wasn't him. And if we have time, I will pull up the interview. It is one of the most train wreck interviews. It's right up there with R. Kelly yelling, "Oh, it's my life." I mean, it's just a shit show of an interview. And I don't know who told him that he should speak publicly, but he did no favors to himself. But it was severely entertaining. Ms. Giuffre's civil lawsuit alleges, okay, I just read that. Prince Andrew, 61, has strongly denied the allegations and claims Ms. Giuffre is after a payday at his expense. Oh, because the least you can do when you have more money than God is to hand somebody money after you have, just fuck them up for life. I have news for you, Mr. Non-sweating Prince. There is no amount of money that you could ever hand to any of these victims to where it will make it the way it was before they ever met all of you pieces of shit. Just so we're all clear. The money is like, what else can you give? Because you have taken everything. Everything that means anything. You and your shitty friends that live in your gated communities, and you being kid diddlers, and you do all this shit, okay? Your money, who gives a shit? You have taken something that cannot be replaced in these victims. So spare me, money bags, spare me. At today's hearing, attorneys for both parties argued over whether a $550,000 lawsuit deal reached between Epstein and Mr. Free in 2009 was unsealed Monday should be absolved. Andrew liability. Let's see. Judge Kaplan promised a decision on whether the case would proceed to trial imminently. Let's see. 2 hours ago. So, yeah, they still have not decided. Let's see. Tuesday's hearing went on for about an hour before Judge Kaplan told both parties you'll have a decision pretty soon. So it doesn't appear that they have made a decision yet if it's going to proceed. But we are looking for it. Let me get back over here to y'all. All right, let's see. Yeah, so hey Sapito, Charlian, hello. Hello. All right, Jenny, hello. Okay. I think I got everybody. So yeah, we are following this closely. Connie, hello, honey. Yeah, this shit is bananas. BANANAS. But the victims are getting their day, and that's what's important. That is what is so important. I can't believe she's after a payday. Oh, well, you should be so happy to hand her this fucking payday since y'all took everything from these victims. Living in silence, hiding. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to hear that these girls went. Come on, and the people who feel like these girls, they don't have credibility and they chose to go back and this, that, and other, they were kids. Even if they were 18 or 19, how smart were you at 18 or 19? I was a fucking idiot at 18 or 19. They seek these women out, these girls. If you're hiding outside of a school, you're wrong, okay? This went on for decades. Like, get real. What's up, Janet? Hey, baby. I mean, it's crazy. It is insane. These, like, just how pompous and arrogant. Let me, I don't need, listen, y'all bear with me. Y'all have to at least see a tiny clip of this damn Prince Andrew interview. I'm just going to show a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Andrew interview. It's the worst. It's the worst ever. Oh, yeah. It even says interview disaster. Yeah, let's watch this interview disaster. Let me see. Videos. Let me go to like an actual. I don't really want to show. Let me see. I just cannot. Like, I'm laughing just even thinking about this crazy ass. Here we go. This shit is crazy. I mean, crazy. Hold on. My dog's out there barking. Yeah, right. He's on the back porch. Okay, y'all look at this just for a second. Just, bear with me for a second. Let's just watch some of this. Good grief.
Have you seen this space-age roofing product
No, I
that
haven't.
lowers energy bills without solar panels or batteries? This previously unknown product will soon be available across the United States, thanks to a collab.
I'm convinced that I was never in trance with her. There are a number of things that are wrong with that story. One of which is
What's up, DJ?
I don't know where the bar is in tramps. I don't drink. I don't think I've ever bought a drink in tramps. Whenever I was there, the date that is being suggested, I was at home with the children.
You know that you were at home with the children. Was it a memorable night?
Can y'all hear?
On that particular day that we now understand is the date, which is the 10th of March, I was at home. I was with the children. I'd taken Beatrice to a Pizza Express in Woking for a party at I suppose sort of 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And then because the Duchess was away, we have a simple rule in the family that when one's away, the other one's there. I was on terminal leave at the time from the Royal Navy, so therefore I was at home.
Why would you remember that so specifically? Why would you remember a Pizza Express birthday and being at home?
Because going to Pizza Express in Woking is an unusual thing for me to do.
He's so full of shit. I cannot.
Peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time, and that was yes, I didn't sweat at the time because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at.
100%, Ross. Welcome to the stream.
It was almost impossible for me to sweat. Oh, it's definitely me. I mean, that's a picture of me. It's not a picture of. I don't believe it's a picture of me in London, because when I go out in London, I wear a suit and a tie. That's what I would describe as those are my traveling clothes if I'm going overseas. So I've got plenty of photographs of me.
You didn't have an
dressed
ideal kids
in
outfit?
those sorts of that sort of kit, but not there. If I, as a member of the royal family, and I have a photograph taken, and I take very, very few photographs, I am not one to, as it were, hug, and public displays of affection are not something that I do. Certainly, I wasn't aware when the invitation was issued what was going on in the United States. And I wasn't aware until the media picked up on it, because he never said anything about it.
He never discussed with you the
Never
fact
discussed it.
that an arrest warrant
Look
had
at
been
her
issued.
face.
So he came to that party knowing police were investigating him.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether was it police that I don't know. You see, this is the problem.
Sweat
I
and
really don't know.
efficiency, lives
But
matter,
I'm afraid
Casey.
this is the problem, is that an awful lot of this was going on in the United States, and I wasn't a party to it, and I knew nothing about it. As to why did I go, what was I doing, and was it the right thing to do? Now, I went there with the sole purpose of saying to him that because he had been convicted, it was inappropriate for us to be seen together.
Yeah, right there where he's talking about is when, after all of this happened, after Epstein, when he skated by the last time, well, the only time really that he was, convicted of something, the most bullshit sentence ever. Right now what he's talking about is when he went to visit him, and he was saying that he wanted to pretty much break up with him face to face. I didn't appreciate you diddling kids, and I have to make my exit. So let's party all weekend. That's what happened, because he went to Epstein's place for the weekend. He went there all the damn time. And that's what right now, this is what he's explaining. And just some of y'all may not know, but that's what he's talking about.
And I had a number of people counsel me in both directions, either to go and see him or not to go and see him. And I took the judgment call that because this was serious, and I felt that doing it over the telephone was the chicken's way of doing it. I had to go and see him and talk to him.
Death, taxes, and
Yeah, he had to go in person. He had to go in person. That's what I want to do when I find out one of my friends is doing one of the worst things known to man. I want to go in person and personally tell him we can't be friends anymore. Yeah, fucking right, sir. That was the worst lie I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it just went on. I was like, it was just, and that was just the highlights. Y'all should check out the actual whole 45-minute interview. Yikers, man. And I don't know. Have I seen the photo of Epstein, Maxwell chilling and bottom right invitation of Andrew? I don't know. I've seen so many of the pictures. It's very possible. But yeah, so hopefully this judge will say we are proceeding to trial for Miss Jeffrey. Ow, that hurt. Oh, I hate it. Y'all know when you bend your nail. Ugh, I hate that. So, yeah, this shit was, yeah. I'm so through. I'm here for it. I'm here for the victims getting their day, man. I am so here for it. So let's see. What else do we got? Well, okay. So we were talking here. Let me cancel this. So we were talking about the West Memphis 3. Do we still have interest for that, or do y'all want to move on to Harmony? Because we were supposed to pick back up the very next day, and then I had to go out of town. My mom's in the hospital. So I don't know if y'all still interested, if you not lost. I am completely saturated with this West Memphis 3. I've been listening to different podcasts at night before I go to sleep. It's so crazy. After you slammed your thumb in the trunk last summer, lost your nail. Oh, God. Oh, that's the worst. That is the worst, Randy. Good grief. Yes, West Memphis 3, please. Perfect. So the other day, I think where we left off is we were listening to part of Terry Hobbs on the Labs, because the Lab did an interview with Terry Hobbs, which is the dad. So we're going to probably spend, I don't know, maybe, 10, 15 minutes or so. We're going to talk about this because I told y'all I wanted to spread it out. What am I doing right now? Okay, that's what I'm doing. So I think, is it his 2.0 channel? No, it's not. So, but Terry, man, I'm going to be real honest, guys. I have been looking at all these new, interviews that I haven't heard over the years. Guys, I honest to God, there are some things that I had no clue. Like, I was listening to a podcast last night, and it was saying that Jesse Miss Kelly actually led investigators to the bodies. A lot of this shit I didn't know. So, I mean, literally over, what has it been? It happened when I was 13. I'm 42 now. I mean, over these years, my thoughts about what has happened and what did happen, it has gone up and down. It has gone up and down, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know what I think. I don't know what I think anymore, and that's just the damn truth. I completely do not know what I think. And it's, all right, let me hold on. And I'm going to get this. This is the lab. He did an interview with Terry Hobbs. I think we were like 8 minutes in. If there's music playing, I'm going to exit out. Let me get this link for everybody. It's not in the description, but I will add it after. So, okay, this is a bot. If y'all see any weird names pop up like the one I just blocked, it's a bot. These are the new wave of bots. Oh crap, I can't see it. Yeah, one of y'all may have to get it. I don't think it's going to let me do it. An error occurred. Block user. Okay. That should have worked that time. I don't know. Mods, block that one. It won't let me do it for some reason. All right, here's the link to Bureau. Go to YouTube. Yeah, I know, right? Check out the Ward case study. She does deep dives. Okay, I will see, man. I'm telling you, I've been saturated with this shit. I've been beyond saturated with it. Okay, let's finish. And this is the lab. Josh, y'all know he's covering the Summer Wells case. Well, I don't really watch him with the Summer Wells. I have a little bit, but I try to. Him in general, I think is great. And like these old interviews and stuff that he did, I think is amazing. And he's definitely, they're guilty. West Memphis 3's guilty, in his opinion. And he puts up some compelling rebuttals. And oh God, and the same to the other guys. Oh, well, maybe the next time we talk about West Memphis 3, but there's one called The Captain. My new favorite channel in the whole world. I love this guy's channel. Yeah. Love it.
Bruce, whoever, and Joe and Bruce, creative thinking.
Hold on.
But no, we watched it, and, you could see the slant, and I believe they accomplished what they wanted, which was, let's plant doubt in everybody's mind. And they did. They pulled it off.
How do you feel about them being out and free?
Well, I was at court the day that happened, and
yeah. See, man, I never knew that either. And you're saying that he did not. So God, I was listening to so many podcasts. And not that they found the bodies right then, but he did lead them to the area. I'm going to have to go back and listen. And a lot of the stuff, like, I can come on here and I can tell you anything. If I have not looked at it myself, and verified it myself. So anything I hear in these podcasts, I have to go back and verify, because it's very easy to say, hey, I believe this happened and this is fact. And basically, I'm just stating an opinion. So, Cement, you say he did not lead them. And I did know about it was very similar to the Michael Crow. I mean, the way that they did the confessions. I say Michael Crow because a lot of y'all are more familiar with that case because of the McDonut over there. So, but it was very similar to those tactics, right? Now, I don't, he probably did good work beside the hand, but you're not. Yeah. Oh, because I'm not playing it right now. No, hold on. Let me go back. All right, let me push play. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dive more in because I had never heard that either, Cement.
We're going to, we've already worked some.
I agree with
one
the
thing that stuck in
documentary
my
skipping
mind,
information.
I think it was
They
in
did.
Paradise Lost 2. Scope on.
Here is the link for the Ward
HBO
case
is a huge
studies.
entity. It's been a huge entity.
Yeah, this was last year.
Watched it.
The
and I
link
said
pinned
to
at the
myself,
top
he kept
is
talking about
this
new evidence.
stream we're
That was his
listening
thing,
to
new
now.
evidence, DNA
Josh from the
evidence,
lab.
all this.
Case certified. Does everybody
Bob
have
doesn't
sound?
care. Feel about Damien
Hey,
being so
Italian.
open about
Welcome,
his
baby.
magic court.
He did.
Okay, is it an echo?
And even though he had books, they found books in his bedroom, and they brought them into the trials. But at the same time, since he's into this magic, wouldn't it be nice if he'd just make himself disappear?
Oh, y'all are hilarious.
Never to find where he went.
I'm trying to catch up with the chat.
They tried to make it
Is
seem
it
like
still
Davey
going
was
in and
getting
out,
picked
or
on
is it an
because,
echo?
he wore black clothes and like heavy metal
What's
music.
up, Blind
Is it
Squirrel?
true that Damien failed a lie detector?
I believe I heard that he did.
Okay.
He wanted to, at one point, I heard that he wanted to admit to these crimes, but his mother talked him out of it.
Well, did you know that his mother was a proclaimed witch also?
I personally did not know that. No.
Yeah.
No, I did
This
not
was
know
a
that.
deranged family.
So the apple doesn't fall far from the
Okay.
tree.
Evidently.
What did it feel like, Terry, when they found they said they found the hair on Stevie's clothes that belonged to you? How did you feel? Yeah, how did you feel about that? I mean, did you feel like, oh, here we go again?
No, because, I would expect that to happen. This was my stepson. I raised this little dude for a long time. And if they found hair on all three of them, that would have been mine. If they did, that wouldn't have bothered me because them boys played in my home too.
And
sure.
And when they brought this hair thing up as, oh, there's new evidence, because they did question you when this hair was found, correct?
No worries.
They did.
And nothing significant came out of it. Of course, they wanted to turn it into something that it wasn't. And this was how many years later? 13 years later?
Yeah, and let me say something right here. I went down. Now, Ron Lax, you remember him?
Yes.
What do
He
y'all
was
think
the
about
lead
Terry?
investigator
Put a
for
1
the
if you
defense.
think he was involved.
Ron Lax
This is the
had
stepdad.
bugged me, had stalked me, wanted to talk to me, and I wouldn't talk to him, because I didn't owe him nothing. But I think he felt like I did. So
Yeah,
I
there's
went
all
down
different
one time
kinds,
to talk
Randy.
to
You're
him
100%
and
correct.
see what he wanted. He come up with all these questions. I
Doesn't
wouldn't
necessarily
answer.
mean evil.
I got up and walked out. Now, on my way out of the building, he yelled at me, and he said, "Hobbs, you going to talk to me, or I'm going to sick the dogs on you." And ever since that statement and that day, it was
I've always
hair
thought he was
this,
involved
hair
too.
that, Hobbs this, Hobbs. And that's why every time I do refuse to talk to these people, this is what they do.
I want to reiterate this point
The
as
deposition was
that Damien
insane.
owned a necklace with your son's blood found on it, also with his blood on
Yeah,
it.
what
I want to
is this
reiterate
about?
that. And I want to reiterate that they found a hair on your son's clothing of yours. A hair. He lived with you.
I'm going to
Damien's
rewind
blood
this. I'm going to
and your
rewind this. I
son's
want y'all to
blood
hear this.
were on Damien's necklace.
I didn't know this.
I got up and walked
I got to
out.
vet it.
Now, on my way out of the building, he yelled at me, and every time I do refuse
hair on your son's.
This is what they do.
I want to reiterate this point as well, that Damien owned a necklace with your son's blood found on it, also with his blood on it. I want to reiterate that. And I want to reiterate that they found a hair on your son's clothing of yours. A hair. He lived with you. Damien's blood and your son's blood were on Damien's necklace. I really don't know what else to say about that. Bob Ruff, I want you to hear that, and I want you to think about what you're doing to these people, these victims.
I want to read this. Seaman says, Terry Hobbs had Stephen Branch's knife in his possession. I did know that. Stevie's mom said Stevie carried it everywhere with him, and she finds it years after the murders in Terry's possession. Yes, I did totally know about that. I did not know about the blood on the necklace. Is there validity to this? I'm going to have to find out. Like, just because they says it, guys, if y'all really want me to do, I'm telling you now, it would take like 2 weeks every day, 7-hour podcast. This story is so incredible. Like, I can't get over Bojangles guy. I ain't even gonna lie about it. Where the hell happened to Bojangles guy? And if they were not the killers, what has happened in the area? That's something else that needs to be looked at in those years that they were locked up. I mean, I'm not going to lie. A part of me completely 110% thinks that Jason is completely innocent. I have always sort of been on the fence about Jesse and Damien. More so Damien. But I go back and forth. I mean, this is just one of those crazy cases.
You're doing nothing but putting these people in danger, in harm's way. There's psychotic people out there that follow this case every day. And You don't even have to, but what would you say to Bob if he was talking to you right now? What would you want to say to him?
Well, I really don't waste my time talking to people like Bob, because the way they
Me
do
too,
it, what they
certified.
do, and why they do it. I don't have to talk to anybody. This case was solved in 1993. I'm satisfied with that, and I believe that police department and everybody that
I never
helped
liked
them
Terry.
put their hearts into this, and they solved it. So then you see guys like Bob Ruff, Joe, and Bruce, and Amy Berg of west of Memphis come along and do what they do, and it's so wrong, but you see more wrong in this than you have seen right.
I agree, Randy.
The police department gets out here and tells them, Mr. Hobbs,
It is certified, and this is Josh from the lab.
that.
The link
They
that's
jump
pinned
on
at the
these
top, this is
bandwagons of
his interview.
Rough, and get out here and just bash and hate and twist and turn and manipulate and and people buy it, and that gets me. And the threats, I get them. Yeah, I promise you I get them. I just went through one that just blew my mind. I couldn't believe it, but at the same time, the police did.
So Terry Hobbs also, he sued the Dixie Chicks, okay? He sued them for defamation and a whole bunch of things. So when they did the deposition, Terry Hobbs acted so erratically to me. And to me, the deposition kind of sealed it. I think over the years, like initially when the first documentary came out, everybody's looking at Mark Byers like he's crazy, because you're like, oh yeah. Either you think the kids did it or you think Mark is involved, at least in my frame of mind. And then as it went on, I wish we could just show them, like kind of do a watch party, which that in itself, all the, documentaries that have came out over the years. Stephanie Harlow does a good breakdown as well. But these little spin-off podcasts are so important, in their own right. And that channel, The Captain, that I was talking about, he does some, he goes from one spectrum to the other while they're guilty. And, now he's, looking at why they could potentially not be. Also, something else, as far as this new evidence, right? They were told the evidence was destroyed. They knew for 10 years this evidence was destroyed. It was only 2 years ago that they said, okay, we want to find this evidence. What happened to this evidence? They only pursued to have everything tested once they knew, once Damien knew from the way I received it and from watching an interview that he did with the local news station, Damien Eccles. He only wanted and pursued this whole evidence. What happened to it? Where did it go? All this stuff. He only did that after he was told that it was completely destroyed. So, but now he's pushing for it now. And the interview I watched was just 4 months ago. And now everything is intact. Why would he push so hard if he knew something could come out? But there's something to do with the 10-year mark. They cannot be, they had to be, they can't even get a damn speeding ticket or nothing like that. No breaking the laws at all. They could go right back to jail with the Alford plea. It's just a lot of moving parts.
Department, they're involved and they take care of it, they handle it and they look out for me. Now that's kind of crazy sounding,
Yeah,
but it
Mark Byers is something.
And you wouldn't believe what I was just put through a couple years ago over threats. They took this last threat was really taken serious, and they.
I guess I could do it. It just wouldn't be monetized. Maybe we'll do that one day.
Side of the ringer, but still, I had to go through this all for nothing.
Your stepson's murdered.
This shit
Your life's
fascinates
turned
me.
upside down, and you're dealing with it to this day. You were a victim. You are a victim. People like Bob Ruff are victim blamers.
100% certified.
You and your family, and it's wrong. And that's why I'm so glad that you talked to me, because like you said, Terry, you don't know anybody anything. You don't know me anything. You out of the kindness of your heart, took time to listen or to answer me and talk to me. And I really hope
Randy
that I
said,
feel
not
like
my
I've
Dixie
treated you
chicks.
fair. And
sure.
And because my intention was never to accuse you, it was to ask you. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Yeah, there's There's a whole bunch.
Whatever you want, man. Just tell me.
I wrote a book about this.
Yeah, you know what? I was watching your.
I was gonna listen
saw
to
that
the
on
book.
YouTube
There's
the other
another
day,
one too I want to listen
I
to.
was watching, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. It's on Amazon, correct?
It is.
And what's the name of your book? Let's go ahead and let the people know.
Let me see.
You know, the newspapers and things, and that's what's on the cover of the book is newspaper clippings that was in that box. You know, and it took me a long
You're a
time
warlock?
to do this. And
Well, that's
finally
cool.
someone,
What's up,
shared
Obsidian?
my cousin and the author. And
Y'all
we
go
sat down
check out
and,
Obsidian.
decided
She's
that
got a
this-
good channel too.
You know, because people wouldn't stop. And the media wouldn't give me a fair chance to say something without turning my words around and trying to make me look bad.
That's true,
So, there's a
Cement.
message in that book that-
He was the only one mutilated. Let me read your comment. I always thought it was Byers in the beginning because it was only Byers' stepson that was mutilated, not the other boys. That is very important. I've always thought that was important too. I completely agree. I'm doing good. How are you? Doing the podcast to promote his book. Yeah, 100%. I guarantee it. Nonetheless, though, I did kind of want to listen to it, but I'm telling you, after you watch the deposition with Terry Hobbs, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? This guy is off." But I really do think what did Mark Byers? Did he have a TBI, traumatic brain injury? I'm wanting to think he did. Let's see. I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, I forgot to push play. Let's see. But again, this is Josh from the lab. The pin at the what's pinned in the chat. This is his podcast with Terry Hobbs, and he has a playlist. I think it has like 7 videos in it. I will go pull it right now. Drop it in the chat.
the media. And there's
If nothing else, it's good to have a different view because most people feel like they were wrongly convicted. So, but since I've been re-looking at it, there's a lot of people, not just those old pesky, police officers down there that completely think they got it right the first time. So, it is a lot to unpack. Let me get that playlist.
About, things that I have kept up with over the years, and it's available on Amazon.
Over there and pick that up. If you want to know his complete side of the story, he has a story to tell, and he told us just a very small portion of it
give me a
on
second.
here.
Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, sorry, y'all. I think it was over anyways. Let me get this playlist for y'all. Yeah, he's got 7 videos in here. Oh. Let me see. I would love to get like somebody that's like been dove into it. I would love to even maybe get Josh over here to talk about it and somebody else that thinks they were innocent. I would love to get somebody that has been invested, and I think it would be good. Here is the playlist for the lab on his West Memphis 3 coverage. There's his playlist. Let's see. I know false confessions happened, but Jesse was multiple times. I do detailed. I just still don't know. I don't know either. Here, let me pop myself back up on the screen. I do not. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know either. And like I said, going through this new stuff and listening to podcasts that I had missed over the years or evidence that wasn't submitted, I am beyond excited for the new evidence. So I guess maybe it just kind of boils down to what's in this evidence boxes that are all intact. The captain, he does really good. Let me get his channel too, because y'all should check him out in general. He did a really nice Summer Wells video too, and I love his channel. He does really good. He kind of like he sits in a chair like it's an animated thing. I don't know. It's just a cool channel. I like it. Let me see. Oh, wait, what happened? There we go. I put Cappy 10. I am such a dork. Let's see. Channel. Cappy 10. All right. Well, crap. Where the heck is it? Apparently, there's tons of the Captain channels. 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea. No, probably not that one. How ridiculous is this? I was just watching this channel. Where is this? This is so stupid. The captain. Good grief. If I had to go back through my YouTube history, it's going to take 10,000 gajillion years. But here we are. All right. I want to share this with y'all. To me, I just think it's a great channel. So let me try to find it. Give me a second. Y'all will be happy, especially if y'all have been following this. He's put out good work. Gosh, I am a YouTube junkie. That's all I do is listen to podcasts in my ear. Like I don't even watch TV. Okay. Well, here we go. I should be close. Here we go. All right. This is a great channel. Y'all will not be disappointed. All right. Tell him Bieber sent you. I'm joking. He doesn't know who I am. Please, y'all go sub up to this channel. He does great work. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Obsidian. I appreciate that. You know, I think I'm okay for 42. No shorts, huh? You know, it happens to a lot of people in prison. Oh, God, there's one, False Confessions. No, what is it? There's a couple series on Netflix about, you know, false confessions. It's a very real thing, especially with younger people. Especially, like, look at Stephen Avery, you know? And then look at him again. I still am that whole Making a Murderer. I was watching that last night. I was watching the first one. And I guess I watched part of the second one again. And that story still blows my mind. So I guess we can move on to Harmony. And but we're going to be talking about the West Memphis 3. We're going to just take a little bit of time each time we go live, and we're just going to dissect a little bit more. Maybe by then I will have permission, or, you know, I will have, you know, more stuff to share. Okay. So I guess the good place to start with Harmony would be the press conference that they had 20 hours ago. Let me see. I guess, okay. Let's just read a couple articles, and then we will do the, let's see. When did this one come out? Yesterday. Yeah, today's the 4th. Uncle of missing girl says family feuded the last time he saw her alive. All right. This baby is beyond adorable. CPS dropped the ball, as per flippin' usual. Oh, my computer's having a sad. Everybody, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Look at this baby. How in the hell has nobody seen this child for 2 years? And this Harmony's story is not unique. This is happening more and more and more, especially since COVID, to where people just are not seeing kids for long periods of time. Speaking of not seeing kids for long periods of times, a bond reduction hearing for Megan Boswell, I think, is on January 2nd or January 22nd. Megan Boswell she's going to trial for the murder of her daughter, Evelyn Boswell. Evelyn Boswell is the reason I started my channel. She's one of the reasons, but she's the main reason. And Evelyn's case will be close to my heart forever. So we have a bond reduction hearing coming up at the end of January. In September. Actually, it might be September 22nd is when trial starts. I know it's in September when trial starts, though. So we got a few months. Okay, so back to Harmony. The last time Kevin Montgomery says he saw his great niece, Harmony, she looked like a scared puppy. The terrified look on the then 5-year-old's face appeared during a contentious situation in Manchester, New Hampshire house Montgomery shared with several family members, including Harmony and her parents. The October 2019 incident, which Montgomery said included him trying to push through the front door when he wasn't allowed in, resulted in a call to the police and the divide in the family. Montgomery says the incident prompted his nephew Harmony's father to stop all communications with a slew of other family members, including blocking them from social media. Then the pandemic hit, and I just assumed that Harmony and that side of the family was okay. I was worried, of course, but assumed everything was okay because I had not heard anything. Montgomery, 43, told Daily Beast on Monday. Let's see. But New Hampshire authorities say Harmony hasn't been seen since October 2019, and was only reported missing last week on December 31st. Manchester police put out a missing child alert after learning her years-long disappearance, and launched into investigation to find the 4-foot-tall girl who had been wearing glasses and is blind in her right eye. Oh, man. All right, so let's read this. Harmony Montgomery, 7 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes, blind in right eye, and should wear glasses. Estimated to be 4 feet tall and 50 pounds, last seen in October 2019. These right here on the screen are the most recent pictures. Contact the Manchester Police Department with any information. 603-668-8711 or the Manchester Crime Line at 624-4040. I'm going to read those numbers again because I'm dyslexic. 603-668-8711, 624-4040. The Manchester Mayor's Chief of Staff, Lauren Smith, told the Daily Beast that the officer received an email last week primarily regarding concerns with the New Hampshire Division of Children, Youth, and Families in connection with Harmony. The email, which Smith admitted was slightly vague on details, was ultimately forwarded to the Manchester Police Department. For us to have a 2-year delay, that is extremely concerning. Chief Alan Alderberg. And actually, let's just jump right into this press conference. I do have this pulled up. So let me hop back over here to y'all. Could anyone... I know, right? I know, Blind Squirrel. Like, how the hell? I mean... And they said that the mother had been trying to find the daughter. You know, I mean... But then you look at Olsen. Samuel Olsen. Look at his mother. She tried to get him, and God, it's just... But that one was over, what? Was it a year she'd been trying to get in touch with him? Okay, so let's watch. This is the police press conference that they had. I'm going to... Well, actually, this is linked in the description.
Captain Lee is the commander of the investigative division here at the Manchester Police Department, and he is leading all investigative matters for the police department. All right, I want to begin by thanking all of you for coming
Can
today.
y'all hear? Is
Your
it an
continued
echo?
interest in locating 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery is appreciated and is essential to this investigation. As you know, more than 2 years has passed since Harmony was last seen. That puts us at a disadvantage, and the public's help is greatly needed. That being said, we are announcing today the creation of a dedicated tip line for this case. As you can see in the boards in front of me,
I know, Sean.
that number is 603-203-6060. I say again, 603-203-6060. That phone number will be manned by one of our juvenile detectives 24/7. Tips can come in by phone or by text, either one. This will not be an extension that sends callers immediately to a voicemail. This will be monitored by a detective at all times so we can gather tips and act on them immediately. In addition to that phone number I just mentioned, the Manchester Crime Line is offering $2,500 reward,
And
the
the
most allowed to
detective
that
will be
organization for
answering
tips
these
that
calls
lead
on the tip
to
line.
Harmony being found. Normally, Crime Line rewards are for information regarding crimes. I'd like to emphasize that the Crime Line has made an exception and has generously made that exception for this missing child case. Additionally, local businessmen Dick Anignos and Arthur Sullivan have also offered $10,000 for tips that lead to Harmony being found. I want to personally thank the Crime Line, Mr. Anignos and Mr. Sullivan for their generous actions on behalf of finding Harmony. I cannot emphasize enough how important any and all tips are. Even if you believe you saw this little girl a year ago or 2 years ago, please call in. Knowing where she was can help us narrow down where she is now. The Manchester Police Department is working with DCYF as well as the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in every effort to locate Harmony. That tip line again is 603-203-6060. And again, it can receive phone calls and text messages. Please share this information and utilize it. I'm appealing to everyone. Help us find this little girl. Someone knows something.
This chief
Do
is
what is
so
right and call
just
in.
beside himself.
I cannot emphasize that enough. Somebody out there knows something. It's time for people to do the right thing. I cannot say it enough. I cannot emphasize it enough. Someone needs to call in, do the right thing, and provide us information on where Harmony may be. Again, that number is 603-203-6060.
Here's the link to the video.
Help us find
yeah,
Harmony.
Casey, he is. It's so
At this
sad.
time, I'll open up to questions, but please understand I will not be discussing details of the investigation. But before I do that, I want to publicly thank
Hey,
Captain
Kara.
Sean
Hey,
Layton
baby.
and his detectives that have been working around the clock, nonstop on this investigation. And they will continue to do so until we bring this to the resolution that we all want, and that is locating Harmony. All right. Let me finish, please. Okay. So with that, I'll take a question.
Can you talk a little bit about the search that took place over the weekend?
Yeah, we were at that address, and that was in connection with Harmony's case. Okay. What's important to note that the current homeowner, and I want to emphasize this, the current homeowner at that address has no involvement in this case, other than to say that homeowner is being extremely cooperative, and I ask that you respect her privacy and anybody's privacy that lives in that residence. Okay, they again, they are not involved in this investigation, other than the fact that they are cooperating and assisting us where they can. And I'll emphasize again, I understand that this case has generated a lot of interest. Okay, and people in our community are generally concerned about this child's well-being, as are we, as are the police department and the community as a whole. But we ask people, don't play detective, okay? Don't play police officer. That is our job. That's the men and women's job that work under Captain Layton. People going on social media and circulating
Well,
their
good luck with
opinions
that,
and
Chief.
theories
We
do
support
nothing,
you.
do nothing for this investigation and are no good and are no helpful in trying to locate Harmony. I ask that you leave that work to where it belongs, and it belongs to the Manchester Police Department. Any other questions?
Yes, have
gonna
you talked to
comment
the
on,
parents?
who we've individually spoken to, other than tell you that we have spoken with many, many family members of Harmony, and we will continue to do so as part of the investigation. It seems like a reasonable conclusion to draw, Steve.
It said 20 hours
I'll
ago,
reemphasize that we
but it
continue
may be
to
like from yesterday.
communicate and speak with many, many family members. And I'll take you back to the fact that we're 2 years behind the power curve. All right. And where Harmony should have been. All right.
The father cut off all ties, and the mother says she's been trying to find them.
And that's why we're doing this. Okay. And that's why I'll continue to hone in and emphasize, say something, people.
Know her father,
People out
I
in the
believe.
community. I don't care who you're affiliated with or who you associate with or what good you think you may be doing by not saying anything. It's time to be an adult, and it's time to remember that we're talking about a 7-year-old girl. And if that was your child, my child, their child, they would want somebody to do the right thing. So quite frankly, enough is enough. It's a 7-year-old girl. Let's find her. All right. Let's come together as a community and do the right thing. That's all I'm asking. And I don't think I'm asking a lot. If people think that I am, then I'll leave it at that.
In regards to the house on the west side,
Yeah.
Where she was last seen or anything, or have there been any prior calls in regards to anything involving a child there at that home?
That address on the west side you're referring to?
I don't think so,
yes,
Kyra,
at
but I'm
one
not
point,
sure.
That Harmony was seen at that address, and that's why we had some interest in it yesterday. And if we need to continue to have interest in that address, we will.
Have there been any prior calls in terms of any use of a child at that home?
I'm not going to get into the details of the calls for service that took place at that residence because I do not want to impede any part of the investigation. My guess is you understand that.
Thank you, Chief.
Yep.
Chief, where was she supposed to be over the last couple of years? In New Hampshire, Massachusetts, with the father, with the mom?
Again, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not getting into specifics
Yeah,
of
he's not answering nothing.
where
But
she
from
should
my
have been or who
understanding,
she
she
should
was
have been
with the
with,
father,
other than
and
to
he
tell
removed
you
all
that
ties from the
where she
family.
should have been and who should have been with. She's not with those people, and she's not at that location. I just checked with one of Captain Lane's detectives before I came down. You know, we're right around about 24, 25 calls that have come in. And Captain Layton's detectives simultaneously to
Hey, Cat Eyes.
conducting
Welcome, baby.
many other investigative matters. They're also diving into those tips as they come in, screening them out, determining the validity, and prioritizing those tips as they come in.
Surprised at all at that number? I think there's a lot of attention on this case right now. It seems like a low number to me, maybe. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a little low, but I think a lot of it has to do is we're us, you, the community, the public, we're 2 years behind, right? And that's why
God, this is
we have to
crazy.
stand up here every day, and that's why I need your help and your peers in the room to get this picture out as far a net as we can cast, and let's see where it brings us.
Is there anything more you can say about the Massachusetts connection?
I'm not going to comment on that at this time. No.
Hey, Flippy, I did hear about that case, but I have not dove in. I will check into it. And welcome to the stream, honey.
Until somebody shows me something that she's not, we are in a mode, and I emphasized this morning. The two gentlemen behind me can testify to that. All right. I'm in rescue mode right now.
Hey, fat baby.
This is not a
You're
recovery.
100%
This is
correct.
not a. This is we are all
This
efforts.
is not a recovery.
are
This
focused
is
on
all
that
efforts
Harmony
are
is
focused
alive,
on her
and we are going to
being
do
missing.
everything we can to find her in that condition. Until somebody shows me something that points that she's not, then that may change my attitude or my perception on this. But for now, we have to operate under the assumption that she is alive and well somewhere, and somebody knows something. So again, to those out there listening to me or are tired of hearing my voice about this, too bad. Time to do the right thing.
Too
and call in
effing bad.
and start giving some legitimate information on where Harmony may be. Go ahead.
In the time that it said that she was last seen in October.
Yep.
Is that last seen by police, or is that last seen by a family member? And have there been, since that time, been any indication that she has been seen somewhere else, but actually not seen?
That October, yeah, I do. That October 2019 timeframe is when Harmony was last seen in the city of Manchester. All right, and that was by a combination of the Manchester Police Department and some other entities as well. All right, so that's that October 2009 timeframe when she was last seen in the city of Manchester.
So it's possible that in that time since, she could have been somewhere else and well.
Anything's possible right now.
Well, yeah, reporter. That's exactly what he just said. This is not a recovery mission.
We're working with them. They're assisting us with kind of the historical, if you will, on Harmony, and trying to they're actively involved with us in trying to locate her as well. Yes. Are these ones that's the most recent ones we got, correct? Yeah, those are the most recent ones we got from family members. All right. We're talking 2 years, so it shouldn't be a drastic difference. I think the key thing to hone in on is the glasses. All right. And by all indications are that she does, Harmony does have an issue with her eyes. So, that's why
Which I would imagine that her prescription would change. Like she would probably need to continuously see a vision doctor. I would have to guess.
12,500 between Crime Line and Dick Anagnost and Arthur Sullivan. Dick and Arthur are both business owners here in the city of Manchester, and I spoke with them today, and they didn't even hesitate to do what they can do.
So we're just putting on 5,000.
That's accurate.
Are you able to go into any more specifics at all about which
Not prepared to do that. Without doing so would compromise the investigation. I'm not going to even go near that. No, not prepared to do that. Without doing so, to do what they can do. That's accurate.
Are you able to go into any more specifics at all about which exact family members had spoken?
He said,
No.
are you able to go
Not prepared to
into
do
any
that.
specifics on which
Without
family member last
doing
saw?
so
He said he is not prepared to do that.
Compromise the investigation. I'm not going to even.
They said the mom was looking for her for 2 years, Cray. I need more clarification as well. I have a couple more articles after this, but I figured this was a nice place to start.
That's what we're trying to get to the bottom of. And like I said on Friday, when the Manchester Police Department became aware of this last week, we immediately got on it. All right. And you were here and you heard what he said, right? You can't.
And that's why they got the tip line. So I'm glad certified, because a lot of people don't want to talk to police.
Captain Layton's people immediately got working on it and got moving, and they haven't stopped since.
From my understanding, she did report it.
That's correct.
Okay, very true statement. Miranda in the house.
All right, that's part of the investigation. That's why his detectives are working around the clock, going in many different directions and many different angles, trying to find exactly where she is. And we can't stop until we find her alive. That's what I want. I'm sure that's what all of you want, right?
So let me say something. If the dad did have her, and the mom's been trying to locate him and her, and if that's the legit story, then why wouldn't he put out the dad's description, right? Because that's what they do. It would be parental alienation. They would, I don't know who had custody, but it would be, non-custodial parent or, whatever may have you, right? So why, if that is the true story, then why wouldn't they release his image as well and say, hey, Bolo? So I don't know. I mean, this is a very weird story. I don't think mom realized she was missing, just that dad was keeping her from seeing Harmony. Yeah. And that's that's the way I understand it too. But if that's the case, why wouldn't he say the dad is also missing? And this is what we're looking at, now older kids, but we've been recently seeing this where the dads have been running off at the kids. Yeah. What the crap ever happened to the story we were just talking about last week? Hey, AP, welcome, baby. The story we were talking about before Christmas, where the man, he had the 3 kids and he was living in a tent. Where was it? In Arizona. Do y'all remember us talking about that? He had the girlfriend and she had her 2 kids, and he was on the run for sexual abuse of children. I'm going to have to recheck into that. The Wright kids. Isn't that their last name? I'm going to check into it because I haven't heard anything over the break about that case.
And they're on it. All right, I have full faith in Captain Layton. This isn't his first investigation, unfortunately. All right, he knows what he's doing. His men and women know what they're doing, and I have all the faith in the world in them that they are going to do everything in their power to locate her.
When you just said DCYF brought it to your attention, the tip from last week, the initial.
It wasn't a tip. It was brought to our attention by them.
That's what started this whole.
Exactly. Yep. I'm not going to comment on that. No.
Can you say what the nature of their call to you was? What did they say?
Those type of calls are common here. Okay, we work with DCYF every day, on many matters related to children throughout the city. So for them to contact us in the manner in which.
Oh, wait, we will go right back to this. I think y'all are cool with me breaking for some wonderful news, right? We can take just a slight second from this overly sad missing baby and let me show y'all what I just found. This makes me so happy. Missing siblings found. Father in police custody. Thank God. And I missed this. Do y'all remember this case? We just covered it. Thank God. Let me close this ad. Let's see. Thank God, man. let's see. Medina County Sheriff's Office is pleased to announce the recovery of Jonathan Wright, Lucas Wright, and Ariana Wright. Authorities said the children's father, Jonathan Wright, is in police custody. He was accused of abducting children after an Amber Alert was issued December 21st. Police said the children are safe and doing well. Ah, that's such good news. Yeah, you had them kids out there in these freezing ass weather. Ah, praise God. That is such good news. Praise God. That is good stuff. That woohoo. I'm so glad I remember that case. I was like, what happened to those babies? Wow. Praise God. That is ooh, I got chills. I'm so glad. And I never saw that. I didn't see that they were found. Thank God. Because that was awful. He had them kids out there like a few days before Christmas. Ugh. Awful. Just awful.
Which they did is not abnormal. Those calls are received. Those notifications are made to us. Captain Layton's people review every single one of them. They screen them. They determine what needs to be prioritized, what needs to be looked at immediately. What can be followed up on the following day, or what's for the conversation.
BL says the father had blocked the bio mom, and all family members said they couldn't get in touch with him. But his uncle had been trying to reach out also and get checks done on Harmony. Yeah, I read the article where the uncle said the last time he saw them or saw her was when at a family, the family had a big fight, and then the dad, what is up with these bots, man? I'm getting hit by the bots.
Have to take place with DCYF. This one, they prioritize as number one, and that's why we are where we are today.
Your time frame is so troubling. I mean, if DCYF.
Yeah, fat baby, he was out on bond or whatever for being a kid diddler. Yes.
Sure, it's a question I've asked. All right, that hopefully at some point along this I get an answer to. But like I said last week, I'm not going to, that's part of the investigation and getting an answer to that. But how we deal with that, I want to focus on locating her now and dedicating all of our efforts to that. And if there was some flaw in the system, I'm not saying there was, but if there was, where was it and how's it going to be addressed?
Oh, there was.
That is
I don't even know. And
very
I know.
fair question, in my opinion, that hopefully we can get an answer to.
Chief can't help but notice that you're emotional at
Yeah.
press conference.
Yeah. It's a 7-year-old girl that,
from my understanding, AP, she was
children,
trying to get
right?
somebody to help her.
Many people in this
but
room
I don't know. That's just the story circulating.
Somewhere out there, this little girl is, in need of help, and that's our job, right? And I need your help on helping us to find her safe. So the next time, we meet, maybe I meet with some good news. All right, but he's got a room full of detectives
No
upstairs.
shit, Randy. That's so scary. Hey, Karen, welcome, baby. I like this chief too.
Running on nothing right now, but they'll continue to run on nothing because they know what's at stake. And that's the brutal reality of this job. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so I want to look at. Somebody did send me something. I guess we can maybe talk about it tomorrow. Let me look and see real quick. I think it is a story similar to Summer. Actually, we'll talk about it tomorrow because I do got a couple more on Harmony. But somebody sent me a story that was similar to, it might be somebody that just came in my chat. I don't know for a fact though. So I do have, let's see, read that one. I thought I had 3 articles for, yes, here we go. All right. Now, I know this source is a little bit, but sometimes they put out good stuff. Let's see. 7 chilling details about the disappearance of the blind girl Harmony Montgomery. 7 last seen picture 2019. 2 email alerts. Okay, we talked about the police. Look at this baby. She reminds me. What movie did we watch yesterday? Dark Shadows. I can't remember the girl, the teenage girl. That's who she reminds me of in the face. Zoe. Oh, I can't remember her name, but that's who this little girl reminds me of. All right, let's see. Harmony was 5 when she disappeared. This is the house. Police searched the property in Manchester and New Hampshire. Okay. Let's see how. Okay, that's not something that happens to us on a regular basis. It doesn't happen every day. The police chief also revealed that many family members have spoken to investigation continues. However, it's unclear if Harmony's parents have spoken with investigators, which, yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. The harrowing case is rife with haunting details about Harmony, who has not been seen since she was 5. The home was sold in 2020. Police searched the home, 77 Guilford Street, Manchester, in connection with Harmony's disappearance, according to New Hampshire Union leader. Officers reportedly arrived at 8:30. Schedule 2, city assessor records that the home was sold in 2020, just months after Harmony disappeared. Search site was covered with tarps. During the search, police used tarps and tape to cordon off the scene. Drone footage. Tent visible in the backyard. Tarp obscured the home. Passerby. Okay. Neighbors had concerns about the condition of the home. Prior to the early January investigation of Manchester home, neighbors had reported concerns about the condition to the police. According to neighbors who spoke to the union leader, people in the neighborhood had reported concerns that the home's living conditions. Okay, like why did they say that 12 different ways in one paragraph, for crying out loud? However, authorities reportedly said that there's nothing could be done. The neighbor, who wished to remain anonymous, told the outlet that the search was upsetting and that they were shocked that the investigation had only just begun. So, are the neighbors saying that there was living conditions because of children that were there? Or was the outside messy? Like, they're not giving, very much context right here. Okay. I mean, 2 years. I guess it was about the child. Who waits 2 years to look for a little kid like that? Email reported Harmony missing. The details who brought Harmony's case to authorities are unclear, and questions remain about timeline events. Mayor Joyce Craig's office received email December 2021 regarding Harmony. It's not clear if the details in the email included, but the outlet says the email primarily regarding issues with follow-up. Yeah. Final photos taken 2019. Oh my God. Look at this doll baby. Harmony is partially blind. She last enrolled in school in Massachusetts. Although Harmony was reported last seen at a home in Manchester, New Hampshire, she was last enrolled in school in a different state. According to police, she was last enrolled in school in Massachusetts in 2019. New Hampshire officials released no information about concurrent investigation in Massachusetts. Manchester Police Department urges anybody to call 603-668-8711. Lead investigator. Okay, let's see. Is that it? So the house was sold months after she was last seen, and the neighbors reported living conditions. But like environmental neglect would be something like with the kids. I don't know. Let me hop back over here. What are y'all saying? Let me see. Please share if you know anything. Absolutely. Good day. Bunch of people talking about that movie, The Shack. Yeah, I've seen that. It's okay. I've read I've listened to the audiobook. She is beautiful. God, I mean, so precious. Good grief. This is awful. It was you. Okay, Karen, I thought it was. I think we're going to talk about it tomorrow. Little baby is back in school, so I got a little bit more, a little free time, sort of, whatever the hell that means, but there's always something I could be doing. If the mom told the cops a while ago, then they're at fault to me. Yeah. She was enrolled in Massachusetts, but, you know, it doesn't say that she went. It just says she was enrolled. So, I mean, it's a lot of moving parts. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Her dad is wanted in U.S. and Mexico for bad things. When she fought, it was bad. Oh, my God. Randy, that's crazy. That reminds me of that Sally Field movie based on a true story, Not Without My Daughter. And honey, whoa, that's a great movie. And yeah. So I think that's all. Let me see. Tip line and reward. That's the only other article I have about the tip line and reward, and that they searched the property and that I don't think they found anything. I don't know, man. What do y'all think? This story is crazy. And still no information on if they have actually spoken to the father. But like I said, I would think if that's the way the story goes, and he did have her, and the mom's just been trying to find both of them, why wouldn't they put out a bolo on the dad? I mean, to me, that's, you know, so I don't know, man. This is, yeah, it is very sad, Miranda. Like, this is, it's crazy. Good. Finally went back to school today. If anybody gets sick in the next 6 months, you're going to cry. Shar, your family has been riddled with so much sickness as of so many. I'm telling you right now, we've been beyond blessed around here. Beyond blessed. I absolutely know how blessed we are. Absolutely. I don't know, guys. So what do y'all think? Y'all think somebody's going to just say, okay, we got the baby. You know, family feud over. There seems to be a lot of, you know, around this family fight that happened October 2019. The uncle recalls it, and he said that that's when the divide came. But go pester the shit out of somebody else, for crying out loud. What is going on? What even language is that? Good grief. Let's see. Did they tell the dad? And he basically said, I'm under arrest. But yeah, I mean, something. I mean, like, shit, it's crazy. It hasn't, mods, it hasn't been letting me block on this side. I don't know what's going on, but get rid of my Russian friend. Y'all know that's something. I don't think we ever have people, because we get people from all around the world. I don't know that I've ever had anybody from Russia in any of the chats. Maybe we have, and they just haven't said anything. God, little girl, where are you? Where are you, little girl? Where are you? Let me see. Where's that? I'm going to show y'all that character I was talking about. Yeah, there she is. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to show y'all something. My laptop was having a sad. God, why do all these actresses have work done? It's just not even necessary. I want to show y'all this picture, if it will let me. Don't this little girl look like her? Hold on. Let me get back to y'all. Look at this little girl. She looks, to me, she looks just like this actress. Whoa, I'm really close to the screen there. What do you like, the view of my nose, huh? Doesn't this little girl look like this actress? I think they favor. That's who I think about when I see Little Sweet Harmony. I think they do favor. Y'all know that girl. I know. This bots, they are really something. Oh, man. So, getting ready. Let me put her back on the screen. God, I get so close. Can y'all imagine me researching? I'm over here like this. So it's a new year. I don't know. I've been waiting on this little logo. I may just launch this second. Yes, I know. I think they do favor. I think her and Harmony. I just watched Dark Shadows yesterday. Yeah, I think they do resemble each other. Chloe something. I can't pronounce her last name. So I'm going, I'm excited about the launch of the second channel. I've been waiting on the logo, but as far as the Beaver channel, is there anything y'all want to see different this year, or try something different, or I was suggested, I don't know, maybe last week to do panels. I'll try, but I can't do crazy. I don't know, when I hear panels, I'm like, I don't know. Now on the new channel, 100% we will. But is there anything y'all want to see with the channel? I'm up for suggestions. What does that say? Can we pour one out for guys? What the flip with Betty White? The last day of the fucking year she dies? And now they're saying, y'all know what they're saying. I don't want to say it loudly because I don't want to be canceled, but something to do with the jab. Do some art. Yeah. It would be interesting if we could do a panel with war case studies. Yeah. I mean, if they're down for it, I think that's a pretty big channel though. I'm just a bottom feeder. I don't know, but yeah, I would love to do that. Not collab like constantly or something, but just to go back and forth and talk about like the West Memphis 3. That is one that, you could have that's good content. You know what I mean? Like, and people would enjoy it. You know what I mean? And you could get something out of both. Something to do with what? My second channel? Oh, it's a surprise. Well, I mean, it's not really, it's going to be lighter. It's going to be lighter than this. And we're going to talk about all things, like as to where over here, we just maybe talk about, awareness for kids' rights, missing people, things like that. The new channel, we're going to be talking about everything. So, and it's going to be lighter. Let's see, you are game to watch Bieber and any. I appreciate that. Cray says do some art. Maybe we could do that. I am actually one of my beloved subscribers. I'm fixing to do a large autism awareness piece, but it's in the colors of her son. So, her son's favorite. So, I'm very excited. It's a big project, like the squares. Oh, I took them out. Crap. I was going to show y'all, like the pieces are giant. So, and they're off for, what's that say? We need Friday funnies. Yeah, we haven't done a Friday funny in a very long time, Char. You're right. God, I suck. I'm just not consistent. I'll forget. It'll be Friday all day long. But yeah, as much as I suck, I know some of y'all, Char, are here on Fridays. All you gotta do is say, oh, Bieber, show us something funny because you suck. And like you start something and didn't finish it. So I'm just saying, it's your channel also, Char. No, we totally need to bring back Fun Fridays to where and those of y'all that don't know, we used to, every Friday, we would talk about a funny story on Friday. We would wrap it up with funnies. So we could release you into the weekend world with laughter. More snorting. Oh my gosh. Do y'all know that they make so much fun of me in my real life for my snorting? I get tickled and it just comes out. What's up, Rose? Well, welcome, honey. Friday. Oh yeah, we could call it Friday. I love y'all too. So y'all want to do more art? Y'all want to bring back Fun Fridays? Let's see. I didn't hear anybody say yes for the panels, so that's a go for me. But I will drop the link. Anytime any of y'all want to come up or whatever, I'll drop the link. I ain't doing nothing pressing. Let's see. You're like, New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating. And Karen, listen, and I could say, I'm going to make this a New Year's resolution. I'm going to be real honest, though. I'm pretty sure New Year's resolutions are a fucking myth. They're a myth. Like, they're not a real thing. New Year's resolutions to me are kind of like balance. Like they just don't exist. You hear about them all the time and they sound really good. Sounds like a good idea. But as far as executing it, doesn't happen. You're a snorter too. That's great. My fellow snorters. Yeah, my father-in-law, he would make little pig noises at me. It's not funny. And it's not organic. It's not cute when you're not organic, sir. And y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but like, of course y'all know, but I'm very raspy and nasally. So they would make fun of me for like ever. And they would walk around and they would talk like this and they would hold their nose. So I got the whole family walking around like this, making fun of the way I talk. Now you want dinner also? Ugh. Spare me. Oh, goodness. Yes, I didn't finish reading your sentence. See, I can't even read a damn sentence. I'm too busy. No balance. Procrastination. I'm going back up, though. But you're going to wait till next month. Karen says, you're like I am. Well, my New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating, but I'm going to wait till next month. 1,000%, Karen. Yes. And thanks for keeping me in check. You know, because I definitely did not. Depends on who's on panel. Okay. That's fair. That's so fair. Yeah, you're right. I did not. You think it'd be awesome on a live with world case studies? Is that called a panel? Yeah, I think that would be called a panel. Maybe. I don't know. They just make up shit around here on YouTube. I just try to keep up. It's, some days it's better. Read the second part. I thought I did, Karen. Well, you're going to have to retype it. Like, I only read the one. I'll be watching people too, and they'll be like, read my comment. And I've only heard of one person. Just retype it. That's what I'm like. Just retype it. Don't talk like that, Bieber. I don't even remember what I just said. In addition to balance and New Year's resolutions being a myth, good memory is also a myth. Oh, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, guys. I'm so excited about this second channel, and hopefully everybody will like it. Like I said, it's gonna be lighter, and I'm gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about. See, over here we handle very sensitive things, and I do deal with families sometimes if they reach out or they need exposure or whatever. But I don't, like some of the weird stuff that's happened or whatever. I don't want somebody like, come in here looking for this and then they see something else. A part of me is like, don't address this or don't do this or don't, but why do I have to be that way? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's just kind of a little slippery slope, but there is no perfect creator, and there is no, there's definitely no handbook on how to do this. And, I did, I did make mistakes. 1,000% I make mistakes with this YouTube business. You see, you can't even type one sentence. Well, I mean, typing could also be a myth, Yeah, so who would y'all like to see on a panel? Don't even tell me. Don't drop names. Cause if I think something about the person, I don't want to judge you. I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. But there is a couple channels. I gotta say, if I seen any of my hardcore day one people in there, it would probably crush my heart. I should do call-ins. Well, I can always drop the link. I mean, to me, dropping the link is just as easy. I do have call-in studio. In fact, I have like $45 sitting on there, but I'm not gonna lie. I tried to do it. It never worked out. Mel tried to walk me through how to do it properly a few months back, and maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know. I got nothing. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to hop off of here. I gotta pick up my son in like 10 minutes. This has been a great stream, though. It's been a great stream. We will be back here tomorrow, unless I have another, life event come up. But prayerfully, I shouldn't. Yeah, the captain. Y'all, please go check his channel out. It was great. But yeah, I could drop links anytime. Yeah. Zab girl. Okay. The captain would be. Oh, I see what y'all are doing. I was like, what are they talking about? They're talking about what you just asked them, idiot. All right, guys. I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. I enjoy y'all so much too. I really do. I will see y'all tomorrow. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. All right. I love y'all.